Hey guys, this time on Full Tilt Drift we show you how to get pulled over less and make some DIY exhaust tip silencers. Alright guys, this is everything we're going to need for today's project. We've got some stainless steel tubing, some stainless steel sheet, a couple nuts and bolts, one for each muffler tip that you have, and we're going to need some fiberglass mat, as well as an old wire hanger for some clothes, and some metal mesh. First, we need to measure our exhaust tips. We need to make sure that they're the same size, and we'll need to know the size for reference. Next, we'll use a hose clamp to match the diameter of the pipe, so that we can mark it on our sheet. We'll use that hose clamp as a guide to mark 3 circles on our sheet that we're going to need. We're going to cut these plates out with an angle grinder, but because angle grinders suck at cutting circles, we're going to have a lot to shave off. Use the angle grinder to shave the big pieces, and then switch to a flap disc to make nice perfect circles. Make sure to check for fitment as you're shaving it down so that you don't go too small. You don't want it to be very much smaller than the inside diameter of your exhaust tip. Once your first piece fits perfectly, you can use it as a template for your other 3 pieces. Once all 3 plates fit correctly, we're going to clamp them together and center punch them. We need to drill a hole the same size as the tube we plan to put in the center. Drilling up to 1.5 inches definitely took a while, but it was able to be done by using a large step bit and giving the drill time to cool. To determine our tube lengths, you're going to need to see how long of an unobstructed path you have in your exhaust tip. You're going to want an unobstructed length at least 3 inches. In this case, we have 5, so we're going to make a 5-inch tube to connect to our faceplate. Mark your tube at 5 and 10 inches, and then we'll begin cutting the baffling slots. Use a guide to mark some straight lines in your tube. We're going to cut holes in this tube because this is going to act as our baffle, forcing the exhaust to come through the sides and then out the middle. On each tube, leave 1 inch on one side and a 1/2 inch on the other side with no cuts for baffling. This will be to mount the faceplate and to possibly make an end cap. Next, we'll clean these up with a flap disc before welding them together, and we'll tack weld 1 faceplate to 1 baffle each. Make sure to clamp these down when welding and give them time to cool before taking them off the clamps. Overheating these faceplates will warp them, and we'll either have to fix them or make new ones. Next, we'll use the 3rd faceplate that we cut, and we'll cut it into quarters. We're going to use 1 piece on each of our baffles as a support. After testing the fit, we can tack weld a nut on the faceplate of each of these pieces to mount it in our exhaust. We welded the nuts on with the bolts inside them so that no slag got in the threads. This way we know that the bolts are going to thread back in when we try and put them on the car. Before installing our fiberglass mat, we want to cut several slots in the top of each baffle to create a bunch of tabs. 1 tab on each baffle will be folded outwards to hold the mat in place, and the others can be folded inwards to decrease the diameter of the straight-through exhaust. By putting a small hook on each hanger, we'll be able to use the support tab on the exhaust baffle as an anchor point so that it doesn't come off. Next, we'll wrap the fiberglass with 1 layer of steel mesh. This is to keep the fiberglass from fraying and coming apart. If we wrap the wire hanger around a smaller diameter rod first, it'll create a tighter coil around the exhaust baffle and hold the fiberglass on there tighter. Now we have 2 pretty tightly woven springs that we're going to wrap around the exhaust baffling. When installing the coil wire, it's going to feel like you're wrapping it around 1 coil at a time, and you're going to have to keep pretty good tension on it to keep it tight. The last thing we need to do before installing the exhaust baffles is fold down the adjustment tabs on the back slightly on both baffles. This will force more of the exhaust gases through the baffling and the fiberglass mat, quieting the exhaust more. If the exhaust needs to be even quieter after we're done, we can fold these tabs down more, but for now we'll only fold them down about halfway. As a finishing touch, we'll use some high temp paint to paint the faces black so that they're harder to see while they're installed. Now we're ready to install these baffles and see how well they work. This is the exhaust sound in startup with no baffles. And this is the exhaust sound in startup with the baffles. Alright guys, I'm definitely happy with how much this quieted down my exhaust. It means I can drive it around and not worry as much. I can even talk to you in normal voice level over my exhaust. So this does keep it much quieter at idle, but while revving it, it does get about as loud as it did before. Not completely, but I'd say about 80%. Other than these silencers, this is a dual 2.5-inch straight pipe V8, so it's pretty impressive that it's actually this quiet right now at talking level. Alright guys, so that's all for this time. I'm pretty happy with how quiet the exhaust is now, but if you guys need to make yours even quieter, you can fold those adjustment tabs down further. Here in California, the exhaust laws got a lot more strict in 2019. It is now a non-correctable offense and a large fine to have a modified exhaust that's too loud. So these exhaust silencers were definitely a necessity for us, but we hope that it helps you guys avoid these fines and not get pulled over in the future as well. If you liked the video and want to support the channel, please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys here next time on Full Tilt Drift.